So let's look at some examples of how microexpressions works in lie detection. So let's say that you're talking to a client. You work with clients or customers, and you tell them the price of the product or your consulting or package or whatever you're talking about, and they show anger. It might look something like this. Oh, that's the price? Right? And you see those vertical lines happen. They pull their eyebrows down, and they press their mouth into a hard line. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable price to me. That would be a red flag because they're showing anger, but they're saying they're okay with the price. Another example of how you can use hidden emotions when you're talking to people is if you ask your child about their report card. So you say, honey, I got your report card in the mail. And your child goes, oh yeah, that's great. What does it say? Right? And they show those whites of the eyes showing fear. It means they're a little afraid. They're not quite sure what they're going to see. So if you're a parent, you might want to reassure them or say, I was a little surprised too, but let's talk about how we can work it out. Another thing that could happen is if you're on a date and you're talking to someone about their mutual breakup and they say that their breakup was completely mutual, but they show sadness. They could say, yeah, it ended really, really mutually. It was fine. Right, and then they have the eyebrows pinched together and their face starts to drop down into a sadness microexpression. That would show that maybe it was mutual, maybe it wasn't, but there definitely is some lingering sadness there. That would be uncovering a hidden emotion when you're talking to someone. So that's a few examples of how facial expressions can play out. And again, we're going to talk a lot more detail about how facial expressions happen in lying, but it's a great way to find red flags because if the facial expression doesn't match the words they're saying, that can be a place where you go, I have to dig a little bit deeper here.